Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Text channel, everybody. We are live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are in Forza Horizon 5. We're in this beautiful 2020 McLaren GT. We just won this car yesterday in the championship, so we're gonna be starting off this session with our latest car. So this car is bone stock. It has nothing done to it. So by the name of this car, it's a GT, so it's gonna be a nice Grand Tourer, I believe. A Grand Touring car. So let's get it up on the highway, and maybe we'll take it on some back roads. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. The car looks good. I like it. That was almost like 8,400 RPM. So it revs up pretty high for a twin turbo. It sounds like a twin turbo to me. I can hear turbos. And it's definitely on that. I think it has the same recipe as like other McLaren's V8 twin turbo. Maybe close to 4 liter in displacement. I'm not too sure. Maybe less. I would have to check. Okay, the reason I paused is because I got a notification on my Twitch stream that I got disconnected, and then I got reconnected. So I just saw that on the streaming screen right here. So if you had any interruptions on the Twitch side, sorry about that. I hope it's good now. Alright, let's get going. We did have some drop frames on the YouTube side as well. I don't know how that happened, but it was like a flick of second. It just, you know, dropped on both sides. Maybe something wrong with my Ethernet cable. Who knows? Could be anything. But we are back live, so that's good. I'm just keeping an eye out on the streaming monitor at the same time. Just making sure we don't have any of that again. So we can easily do 200 miles on this stock McLaren GT, as you saw. And I believe we have 7 gears. Yep, we got a 7-speed. I'm pretty sure it's a dual clutch. So we didn't even get into 7th gear. At the end of 6th gear, you touch 200 miles. So that's pretty fast for a stock McLaren. And I don't even think this is like the mid-range McLaren. I believe it's the low-end one. I'm not too sure. You know, not 100% on that. And I think this might be like an entry level one. Alright, man. I really hope we don't have any of that frame drop or disconnect again. Seems pretty good so far. So let's keep on going. But if anybody notices anything, just let me know. Just so I can, like, you know, figure out what's going on. So this is the car stock right now. 611 horse. 464 torque. Wait, is there anything playing? Hold up. Alright, never mind. Thought I heard something, man. Yeah, this car's light. This car is super light. 3384 pounds. Damn, that's light. I mean, this RS6 is modified, so it has like a weight reduction done. That's why it's so light. But overall, cars are not that light. Like most of the cars that I have, they have like a weight reduction on them. For example, this car is bone stock, untouched, and this is 4,000 pounds. With 500 horse, right? And it's old. It's a 2009 M5. And this right here is super, super low in weight. Oh yeah, it is a 4-liter twin turbo. I think that's what I said, right? I believe I called it a 4-liter twin turbo, I think, when I was talking about the engine earlier. Comparing it to the new M5, like this is not even the new one. This is the 2018. This also has weight reduction on it, so that's why it's kind of light. But overall, man, McLaren out of the box is a pretty good package, I think. So let's see what we're gonna do today. I really wanna just look at some cars. Yeah, let's see if you can buy something cheap. We don't have that much. We only have like 185k. Let's see if you can get something good. If not, we'll come back to this car and modify it. This is my car. It's my bad. What am I doing here? Oh wait, I went too fast there. I can pretty much afford this, but I can't buy it because it costs real money. It's in a package. Yeah, I'm not buying that, sorry. No. We're gonna get cars that just cost Forza money. That's the only way to go. For me, at least. Because there's so many, like, nice new cars they can get, man. Like, wow. Like, this is free. I mean, yeah, not free, but, you know, just Forza bucks. Or CRs, or credits, whatever you want to call them. Since this is an E-Ray, wow. They actually have this in the game now? 2024? Pretty amazing, right? I mean, I'm not a big fan of EVs, but still, like, the fact that they already have this... Oh, it's an all-wheel drive Corvette, bro. Wait. Why is the displacement 6.1 liters? Don't tell me it has both, like, EV and gas, because that would be pretty good. Like, in hybrid? You know? Not a Prius, but like, you know, hybrid in a better version. Owned. Yeah, so I already have this one. So this is the entry level one. I of course have it modified. But how come the E-Ray has the displacement of 6.1 liters? I don't get that. Maybe I can rev it and sounds what it, like, you know, hear what it sounds like. Can I do that? Is there a way I can rev this car before buying it? It does have an exhaust, yo. What do you mean? I don't even know the Corvettes anymore. Dude, this might just be a hybrid. Honestly, this is way too new. I gotta search this up, man. Let me search up the specs real quick. Corvettes, bro, they're next level these days. All right. No way, it is a hybrid. Yo, no way. So my guess was kind of right. It isn't a hybrid, bro. It's definitely a hybrid. Like, look at that. 0 to 60 time is only 2.5 seconds. So it looks like they got the electric motor in the front. Bro, this is honestly really cool, man. The fact that they didn't get rid of the V8 and they added hybrid motors in the front for the extra traction, that's pretty freaking smart, man. Like, you actually have to pay a lot more money compared to the regular one, but it's not that much more horsepower either. I'm pretty sure if you just put twin turbos on the regular Stingray, you probably have more horsepower and torque, but probably not that grip that you're looking for, you know? And probably like you get a tax credit and with the hybrid and all that. Hey buddy, what's up? Thanks for joining. I really want to get this car. I barely have enough money for it. Okay. But I can actually get it. That's the sick part. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look for other cars. If you can't find anything else, I'm gonna get this E-Ray. Because I was under the impression that it's a full electric. But apparently it's a hybrid with a V8, rear-wheel drive, and electric motors in the front, bro. That's like the dream, man. I'm just saying that because that's just like a good setup. You could just have a regular all-wheel drive, but I think that would just the weight of a regular all-wheel drive would be a lot, you know. Like a transfer case, front differential, like a bunch of other stuff, like metal parts. This probably just have like a small battery for the front motors. I bet the front motors are not even that big. I didn't even look at the full specs, like, you know, how much horsepower the front motors put out. I can always look. Let's see if I can find that information. So the E-Ray still uses the 6.2 LT2 V8 with 495 horsepower and 470 torque. But for the 2024, you got an electric motor up front, which puts another 160 horsepower. Wow, that's a decent motor, man. That's not like a... I mean... You know, that's probably a decent motor. Because I believe there's cars out there, electric cars, that use only like, you know, that kind of motor in the rear or the front, or, you know, they don't have that much power. I don't know. Like entry level electric cars. So if you add all that up, so that's 655 horse. Factory 0 to 60 is 2.5, and a quarter mile is 10.5 at 130 miles. Wow, man, this car's sick. A hybrid Corvette. I honestly thought it was full electric. Just by the name, you know, E-Ray. Maybe that's why they kept the Ray part. Like, you know how there's Stingray, E-Ray. I always, I don't know, I just never thought of that. But now I know it's a hybrid V8, man. That's probably like the car to get. You could probably get like a huge rebate on that, you know? But again, it's worth so much money. It won't even matter. When you're spending 180k, what's a 8 or 10k rebate then, right? I don't even think it will matter. I was thinking about getting this. I actually don't have the SVT Cobra R. I was thinking about buying this car today. It's only 55k and it has decent power and I love this car, man. I like the 2004 Cobras, but this is nice. I mean, you still get the... Oh, you actually get the bigger 4-valve 5.4. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-valve. Naturally aspirated. Because the Cobra R, yeah. So the 2004 Cobra will have the 4.6 4-valve supercharged. And you could also get those in the 2001 and 2002 model year. I believe you can get them just without the supercharger. But this is cool, man. I really want to get this over the E-Ray. I don't know. I feel like we can have more fun with this car. Because it's cheap and I'll have money to modify it. Or I can get the E-Ray, we'll do some races with it, and come back and buy the Mustang. I think that might be a better option. So we'll get to keep both. Man, I've seen these Hummers on road, the new EV Hummers. They're crazy, bro. They're kind of huge. Not as big as like a Cybertruck. A Cybertruck on the road just looks, oh man, it looks so big. I can kind of see why people like, you know, don't like it because it's just so big it blocks your view. But I don't mind it, you know, it's alright, whatever, man. I don't mind it because not everybody has it. That's the thing, right? Like, imagine if everybody drove a Cybertruck. I guess then it wouldn't also matter because everybody would be at the same height. Yeah. The problem is we're all just in different cars, so it's almost like driving behind like a semi truck, you know, you can't see anything. Yeah, dude. They're probably cool to drive though. Do we have any Cybertrucks in this game? Since we have the EV Hummer, I mean, like, why not, right? Just throw it in here, man. I believe the Forza Horizon 4 had the Teslas. I don't think this game has any Teslas in here. It does have, like, a bunch of other electric cars. I guess it all depends on, like, which company they can make a deal with, right? Yeah. I'm glad they have Porsches, man. Like, even they got the Porsche Taycan, like, that's a full electric. 0 liters. Okay, what am I doing? I went back. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was just going through all the cars and having fun. Alright, we're gonna keep on going. We're gonna do it quick, we won't take that long. Yeah, these are cool cars, man. We got a bunch of new options. You know, that weren't here, like the E-Ray. What's this? What's this, bro? Crazy. Man, the 720 S Spider just looks so good. I don't know why, man. This car just looks so nice. We have the McLaren GT right now. We got it for free, but like the 720S, just look at that, man. Maybe it's the color, I don't know, but the body shape at the same time. So there's a big difference in power. Like you get 100 extra foot-pounds of torque, 100 extra horsepower, lighter by 100 pounds. Like, dude, you get 100 everywhere. It's like 300, you know? So good stuff. I can see how it's gonna be so much better because that's McLaren horsepower. That's not like, some other brand horsepower. Just like BMW horsepower, they're underrated, right? I'm not a like big fan of BMWs, but that's what I've heard. Like most of their cars, like the newer ones, they're kind of like underrated from the factory. Now looking at the 570S, like it looks old for some reason. Like it looks nice. Like don't get me wrong, man. Like I don't want to get anybody offended. It looks nice, but when you put it up against not even the 600 LT, it almost looks like the 570 to me at least. I know there's like a bunch of differences, right? But I'm just saying, you know. You know how people compare like the regular base model 3 series to the M3? I'm just like trying to compare it that way. But like when you compare these two to even this, the new 2020 GT to the 720, it's a game changer, bro. Like even the P1, just because it's 2013, it's kind of got the same DNA as like the 570 and the 600 LT. Like if you look at the front end, like if you don't look at the side profile and the rear, if you just like look at the front, and let's say you don't know about cars, you can kind of mistake them. But again, I know the P1 is next level. You can't compare this to anything. I'm just saying like the light design, just because these cars are only like 2 years apart, right? So this is like entry level at that time, the top dog. And this was in the middle, right? Entry level, middle, best. And then 2018, we got stuff like this. 2019, and also 2018, this was also the best. So this would be like a replacement, I guess, for the P1, right? I don't know. I'm not a McLaren expert, but to me, it seems kind of logical, right? But in the same time, you had this, which was like almost like a track monster, but for the road. I don't even know what this is, bro. It's my first time looking at this. Is this new? This can't be new. This is 2019. The new in the game? I have no idea. 2.25 million? Yeah, it's too much. 2.7 mil. You got 1.6 liters? Wow. Probably has like a hybrid or something. Okay. The 720, man. I really want a 720 now. The GTRs are nice. I only have one of them. I have the older one, I believe, or the newer one. Yeah, the older one. I don't have the 2017. Not a big difference, but there's like little differences. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with... Should we go for the Mustang? Or should we go for the E-Ray? Yeah, I think I'll go for the E-Ray, even though we won't have any money left, but... That way we'll have two new modern Corvettes. Yeah, there's a lot of options in this game, man. Like to buy them all and modify them all. Inactivity. Bro, I'll be active pretty soon. Just let me get a car. Hold up. Alright. We're just gonna keep this McLaren stock for now, and we are gonna get the E-Ray. I really want to see how the hybrid is. Did I say hybrid? Hybrid. Hybrid. This is a nice color. Nice stripes. Nice. Oh, this is nice. Since this is an electric and hybrid, I'm gonna go with like a subtle color, like this one right here, you know? Very chill. Very chill color. Like, most people won't get this color. Like, for my other C8, I have a, like a green, nice, like, neon, not neon, but it's like a cool green, you know, it sticks out. Nothing like this. This is too subtle, bro. But that's fine. So, of course, nothing in the front. It's a frunk. You got a frunk up there. We got that mid-engine, right? It's not a rear engine, it's a mid-engine, I believe. Pretty sure, bro. Yeah, because Porsches are rear engines. If this was rear engine, you wouldn't have that rear little trunk. So this is a mid-engine, bro. Mid-engine car. That was a big thing when these cars came out. Alright, first time testing the E-Ray, the hybrid V8. Wow, you still got the V8. I'm so happy about that. Sounds good. It's revs to 7K. So let's look at this dash. We got a little screen for the battery. It's showing 85 kilowatts. So it's also showing us E all-wheel drive, which this car is. You got the V8 in the back and the motors in the front for the electric. Oh, dude, this is so nice. Alright, I'm not gonna launch it right away. Let's get out of this place. I can feel the grip in the front immediately, like. Oh, buddy. So much grip. Alright, let's launch it. Hey, what's up with these trees, bro? These fake trees. Wow, this is really fast. It's fast and it has so much traction. I would say it's just as fast as the McLaren that we just had, bro. The way it goes, even though that McLaren was rear-wheel drive. That's a whole nother story. But this is cool. Maybe it's a little slower than the McLaren. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. Off the line, of course, no match. Alright, you can focus on the front wheel. I'll launch it again. It does not spin. No spinning at all. Just hooks and goes, man. It almost like lifts up a little bit when it launches. Like a tiny bit. So in the McLaren, we were able to do 200 miles stock in 6th gear. So let's see if this Corvette can do anything like that. And before we do that, let's see how many gears it has. Does it have 8? Yep, it's the same standard 8-speed that you get with the regular C8. Does it say anywhere that it's an E-Ray? I believe on the side at the quarter panel, right? I can't really see. We might have to use the photo mode. But I believe that says E-Ray. Like, it's very subtle. Like, you know, to a regular person, like, they won't care or know that this is an E-Ray. Oh, for them, it'll just be like, hey, nice sports car. But a regular enthusiast might mistake it for a regular model. But like any, like, you know, any car person, they might know what's up if they like look around at the badges. But if it didn't have that little badge, I don't think I'd be able to tell. Yeah. Wow, that grip is so nice. Imagine driving this in rain. Everybody looks at you like you're crazy, but you're just like, you know, hey man, don't even worry. I got all-wheel drive with crazy amount of grip. Because the center of gravity of this thing is really good. And you got all-wheel drive and just overall good chassis and everything. It's a perfect car, man. You can drive this thing all year round. So the real question is, can it do 200 in 6th gear? Like our McLaren? McLaren also did that on the downhill, so if it does it on the downhill, I'll call it a win. Yup. We can do 206th gear. Just like the McLaren. But that, again, we gotta remember, that was entry-level McLaren, rear-wheel drive, versus this is not an entry-level Corvette with all-wheel drive. Again, this is American, and that's British, right? So, two different categories. I like both. They're both really good. That Porsche is probably modified. Oh, I just saw lightning in the game. Yeah, his car's of course modified. We can't keep up with that. Alright, we spent all our money on this car. We only have $4,600 left. So let's see what we can spend that $4,600 on. Maybe we can find something for this car before we race it. Not tires because it already has so much grip. Not suspension because it's already good. Maybe an intake? No. Is there anything better? A lighter drive shaft? No. I mean, that's good 29 pounds and that's rotational mass. Oh. Let's see. That might be a good option. Is there any weight reduction we can try on this car? Because that might be the cheapest and most effective way. Dude, we can take off 770 pounds off this car for only $2,300, $2,350. So this is gonna be the most cost-effective mod. Because we only have like what, 4,600, right? 4622. So yep, we're gonna do weight reduction. So the factory weight is 3,800 pounds. I mean, it's pretty heavy for a Corvette because it has all the drive and the battery and all that, right? But if you look at the 0 to 60, it's only 2.5 seconds. 0 to 100, 6.3. Top speed's 200. So we actually hit the top speed there in 6th gear. It had 2 more gears to, you know, it had still 2 more gears. So I didn't know it had more in it. I don't think it had more in it. Maybe on the downhill. Yeah, I don't think it was gonna gain any more speed. Maybe those gears are just for highway, just to bring your RPMs down. But if you add more power, we can actually use those gears to gain more speed, so that's a good thing. Let's just get rid of some weight, make this thing lighter. We'll have some money left after doing this, right? You know, what can we do? I mean, let's just make the drive shaft lighter as well. Yeah, another 29 pounds rotational mass. Okay, 4450, and we have 4622. Perfect. Car's down to 3,090 pounds. Wow, a big jump, man. Lateral G's also goes up. Perfect. The best mod we can do for the money. We still have 172 credits left. That's good. Better than 0, right? Alright, let's do the top speed run again. It's spinning all 4s now. It wasn't doing that before. Taking off like 800 pounds really helped. Feels more like, you know, light. Feels a lot lighter now. I can just feel it. So the real question is, by reducing 800 pounds, is it gonna get more top speed, or is it just gonna help in like overall handling? That's a real question. Let's turn around here. Let's do another launch here. Let's see if it spins all 4s. Okay, it does spin all 4s, but just for like a split second. What if I just like mash the throttle at 6 RPM? Oh, it spins all 4s. So it looks like even by taking off all that weight, doesn't really help in top speed. It almost took us the same amount of time. Maybe in like first 0 to 100 miles, it might be faster. But as you gain speed, I guess less weight doesn't help that much. You actually need more power. Because less weight might also mean less momentum, right? So again, we just hit 200 miles just like last time on a downhill, so there's nothing different. We actually didn't even hit 200. We almost hit 199. So yeah, less momentum, I guess, with less weight. But I bet cornering and 0 to 100 miles is a lot faster now. And we can actually double check on that. What's the latest? 0 to 60. So yeah, 0 to 60 was 2.5 before. And 0 to 100 was like 6 something. So that got faster, but our top speed didn't improve because I guess weight doesn't really matter when you're aiming for top speed, I guess, from the physics that we're seeing here, because we need more power. Or maybe better gearing, maybe both. But just making it light didn't really do the trick. But it's gonna be a lot better if, you know, around the track, on the back road, 0 to 60 times and all that. But not just for top speed runs. That's just one field where you just don't gain that big of an advantage. You know, that's what we just learned from the game. Okay, now we gotta find some races to do, man. We've spent all our money. Money's gone. So now we gotta do races. Get some money back so we can buy that Mustang. That's the plan. Alright, I'll do this. Sounds like a race car from the inside. I like how the engine sounds. I mean, other than the weight reduction, we haven't done anything. A lighter drive shaft. No engine mods, no suspension mods, no tire mods. It's amazing. No transmission mods. Wow. You can carry the speed around the corners now, bro. You can do it pretty confidently too. The gear shifts are on point, man. What kind of transmission is this? Is it a dual clutch? I think the hybrid motor really helps. Like right when you punch it, like you don't have turbos, so of course there's no lag there. On top you go electric, man. It's like wild. The throttle response is like next level, man. Like it's best of both worlds. Naturally aspirated and hybrid. Like wow. And it's a V8 naturally aspirated engine, right? Not like a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder. And this V8 likes to rev. 7,000 for a American V8 is pretty good, man, from factory. You throw a cam in this thing? Oh, dude. Oh, too fast there. Let's go back on the road. Nice, I do have some options for this race. I can now actually use the Corvette, so that's perfect. It's gonna be like a rainy type of event, I guess. But since this is this thing is all-wheel drive, you know, we don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm gonna drink some water before we get started, man. I've been talking way too much. Alright, let's start. This car is perfect for this kind of surface. Wow, we have such a good lead on everybody. This thing launched like no tomorrow, man. On a wet surface like this, has no problem. So much grip, and I don't feel any understeer. You know how all-wheel drive cars have some understeer? There's no understeer, there's no oversteer, because you got such a nice V8 in the back with like a nice differential, and the front motor is electric, so that can like modulate the power pretty good. So all together, I mean, this car is a great package, dude. And you get a nice transmission, you know? It's not like a one-speed electric where you just have one gear, or like a CVT. You still got 8 gears. And you don't even feel the electric motor in the front. It's just so natural. You can't even tell if it's all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive with just good traction. It's just so good. I guess you can kind of tell by the way it launches. But in the corners, you can't even suspect it. Maybe if you're going extra fast, like over 160 miles on a corner, but like when you're doing like a 120 on a corner, you can't tell. The grip is very natural in the front. So easy to control this car, man. It's like very predictable. I'm pretty sure it's all because of the all-wheel drive and the electric all-wheel drive. You know, this is not like a regular all-wheel drive. I wonder if I just put all-wheel drive on a regular C8, I wonder if it would feel different. Pretty sure it would. Like if I make both of them similar, I should probably try that. There we go. Good race. Wow, we got a big lead on everybody, man. We did pretty good there. That was amazing. The graphics are really good. I like it. That was pretty good. Did I get the reward? How come I didn't get the reward? Are there more events? I'm confused. We just did this, right? I don't know. Whatever. It's all good. How about we do this? Maybe the reward was only if you like joined the actual event and found a team. But we did the local event, maybe that's why I didn't get it. Who knows? Either way, we finished first, so that was good. Alright, now let me just get in my other C8. Just so I can like compare it, you know? So this is my other C8. 7 liters. 700 horsepower, 600 torque, 3,400 pounds. So let's see how this feels. We're not even gonna make it all-wheel drive. We'll just see how it feels in this like natural form with just like bolt-on mods, I guess. Rear-wheel drive C8. So this was the green color I was talking about, you know. Right off the bat, dude. You can tell there's something different about it. So this is me just lowering the throttle. I'm pretty sure it's gonna spin out. It does get grip at the end of second gear, so it's not that bad. It's not like a Hellcat. So we can rev higher because I got a cab in here. And we made the engine bigger. The dash instantly looks different. This is a fully bolt-on, fully upgraded, naturally aspirated 7-liter C8 Corvette. Rear-wheel drive with a nice big wing on there. So, you know, we get some downforce because we need it. It's a rear-wheel drive. This is really good, dude. The handling. Even though this has a little bit more weight. Let's see the weight again. I'm not too sure. Does it actually have more? So 3,400 pounds. And 3,000 pounds. So we got the E-rate down to 3,000 pounds. But it still feels a little slower because, you know, has less power. And it feels heavier. Even though it has less weight, it felt heavier. This feels light. Even with the wing on the back, it still feels light. That's what the what do you call, like, the good thing about rear-wheel drive cars? They always kind of feel light. Adding all-wheel drive and you have the extra grip, it makes them feel a little slower. Just a little bit. Handles just as good, if not better.
You have arrived early. Horizon Arcade will begin soon. The next Horizon Arcade event will begin any minute now. Enjoy.
The revs all the way up to 7,800. 77. The wing is really slowing us down, or else we definitely had more top speed in this car. Just lots of downforce going in the back. We can still almost hit 200 at the end of 6th gear, which is not bad. No turbos, no supercharger, no electric motors. Just a big V8, a 7-liter V8. Of course, stock wasn't 7 liters, but this one is. So downhill we can do 209, it looks like max. Pretty good for a naturally aspirated C8 with no other assistance. And lots of aero, right? I would pick this for like a big circuit race. If there was like dirt or like a rally sort of race, I would pick the E-Ray. Am I going the right way? Just make sure, because there is a different event here. 911 Turbo? From 2014? I guess I'll do this one after, man. I'm just gonna keep on going. Let's do this. I do have 2 cars for this event. Perfect. One's gonna be a lot faster than the other one, as you can see. Let's go with the faster one. The Subaru. I also like how Subarus sound. They got a nice sound to it, you know? Oh, I got anti-lag on this one. This one goes crazy, bro. I'm restarting. How did that happen? My tire pressure is really high. That's better. revs all the way to 8.5. Yeah, low tire pressure really helped. I've never played on a map like this. This was unique for Forza Horizon 5. Almost like a GTA 5 online style map. But less crazy. Because those maps are like, you know, wild, bro. You're up in the sky doing loops and like going in tunnels. It wasn't that intense, but still pretty good. In terms of Forza Horizon 5. People are still going at it, wow. We did decent. We did good. How is everybody gonna get a DNF? How is that even possible? What? Am I looking at this right, bro? Everybody got a DNF? Let me just turn off my cam so you can see behind it. Everybody got a DNF, bro. They finished their first lap, but like some people actually didn't even finish their first lap. What's going on? Everybody got a DNF? And why would they get a DNF? I don't know. Alright, we're just gonna keep on going. Look at that GR Corolla. Real spin. 40K. Alright, we actually have enough to buy that Mustang. You know what? We're not gonna waste any time. Let's go buy it. Let's go pick it up. And the first thing I'm gonna do to that car is take the wing off. I'm pretty sure I had this car either in the Horizon 3 or the Horizon 4. Can't remember which one have this Mustang. One of them has it, I believe. We own so many Mustangs. It's crazy, bro. I own a bunch of them in the game. But not this one. This is special. This is definitely special. A new edge style Cobra R, man. In terms of power, this is more than the non-supercharged SVT from this era, and less than the supercharged SVT, or almost the same actually, because this engine is pretty big. So maybe if you modified it a little bit, it would be pretty close to the supercharged 4.6. But overall, this engine is huge, right? So this has more potential. All right, we're buying it. Nice. Oh, dude, look at that. Look at that. Oh, dude, it is a 4-valve 5.4. This thing is huge. Dude. Do you see that? That's the biggest 4-valve I have ever seen, bro. Like, literally. Imagine if they put the supercharger on this instead of the 4.6. Oh, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? The interior is so simple and nice. I love this interior. This interior is really nice. One of the classiest interior in my opinion. Yeah, I don't like how it doesn't have tail light. I mean, sorry, exhaust pipes at the back, but you got side exhaust, so that's pretty freaking cool. I don't like the wing, so we'll take the wing off. We don't need that downforce. I just don't like that look, so it's coming off before we even drive it for the first time. I know it's a part of the Cobra R, but I don't care, bro. It's coming off. Yeah, 5.4 liter 4-valve. Imagine if this had the supercharger from factory. Like, let's just throw one on there, like a root style. So not a centrifugal or turbos or twin turbos, but like a positive displacement, a root style one. So 46 horse right off the bat. So where do we end up? 431. So, and like, I'm not getting this setup. I'm just like pretending that. What if like Ford made something like this? Let's just add like the middle one, you know, just cause like 460 horse, 460 torque. Like that's solid numbers, man. Same amount of torque as your horsepower, and it's a supercharged V8, so the torque curve is gonna be nice and flat, and like, you know, you're gonna have all that torque from down low, and it's gonna rev out nicely. Dude, this should have been like the final version of that Cobra, the 04, 03, or 03, 04, however you want to call it. Like the last 2 years, basically, right? But yeah. Oh, with supercharger, it sounds so nice. It just sounds like a Cobra, basically. Imagine if you just get this and exhaust and intake. Imagine if that was the setup from factory. Oh, you can definitely hear the induction sound more. And now let's throw an exhaust on there. Oh, dude, this literally sounds like a Cobra. Like, you see all those videos on YouTube? Even the idle. Idle sounds like a Cobra with a supercharger, the 4.6. Except this is a 5.4. Not your 5.4. The 3 valve from an F-150. This is a 4 valve 5.4. This is good stuff, man. Let's see what the race exhaust sounds like. Oh, now it sounds like a Cobra with like Borla Type Rs or something. Borla attacks. Oh, dude, this literally sounds like a Cobra. 510 horse, 510 torque. Imagine if this was the original setup from factory. I know, like, the factory setup, the 5.4 4 valve was, you know, at the peak of its technology at that time. But imagine if we got this instead, though. But that's fine, because in 2004 you kind of got this, but in a smaller engine form with less horse. So let me see which exhaust I really want. This sounds more like a Mustang. This sounds a little too rowdy. I would honestly get the middle exhaust because it sounds more authentic. This sounds kind of stock, so the middle one. Yep. Getting the middle one. And you know what? Let's just leave the supercharger on. We're just gonna pretend that car comes like this from factory. So this is our version. This is our version. So we're not gonna drive the 385 horse, 385 torque, the factory version, but instead we're doing this. This is our version of the Cobra. Alright, let me take the spoiler off real quick. I don't know if it has a 5-speed or 6-speed. I know the Cobras had 6-speed. But this better have a 6-speed, dude. I don't know. I'd be amazed if it only has a 5-speed, but we'll find out. We'll find out shortly. Alright, setup is done. These are the only things I'm getting. I have enough money, right? No, I don't have enough money. Oh my god, dude. Why is the supercharger free, bro? Huh? Why is that free? So I don't have enough money. I only have 72 and this is 95. Yeah, you know what? All this stuff's gonna have to wait a little bit. Let's just drive this car stock. So this is gonna be my next setup. So now you already know in advance. I am only gonna remove the wing for now. That's it. That's it. Just gonna remove the wing. We'll do everything after. That would be your stage 1. Or stage 2. Whatever stage you want to call that. For now, we are just doing the wing. And let's just see what the 385 horse feels like. I was not planning on doing this, but we're limited with money, right? We just spent so much on the E-Ray and now on this car. So let's just drive it stock without the wing. Because that wing just looks like a bench, man. The car looks so much better like this. So this is stock, bone stock car just without the wing. 385 horse, 385 torque. 0 to 60 is in 4.3. 0 to 100 is in 10.4. Top speed 191, not bad. And we do have a 6-speed, so this is the same 6-speed you get with the Cobra, so perfect. This is a Cobra. And I was talking about the 03, 04 Cobra, but yeah. Nice 6-speed, 385 horse, 385 torque, 5.4 liter 4 valve. Oh, dude, I love these gauges. Revs to 7,000, which is really rare because it's a 4 valve, right? It's rare for a 2000 year. The way it launches is so much like a Mustang, dude. Because it is a Mustang. But Forza got it right. The feel. So, stock sounds pretty good. Not gonna lie. Oh, the shifts are so good. Like, they're not that slow. You can tell that it's a manual transmission, but the shifts are not that slow. And they sound good, man. They sound crisp. Little bit of wheel spin the first gear, I like that. So if you floor it from like 2000 RPM, you do get wheel spin. First gear. Oh, the shifts are so good. The gear ratio is perfect from factory, dude. I wonder what kind of final drive it has in the back. The 6-speed is so much shorter compared to the 5-speed. Second gear pulls, third pulls. This is a naturally aspirated 5.4 liter, man. Look at that little drift. This thing likes to slide. It likes to get his tail out. Oh, it likes to get his tail out. It has good power for its chassis. Look at that. It likes to slide. Bone stock, but loves to slide. Sounds so good. This car is almost begging for a supercharger. You know why I'm saying that? Because I just know this engine really wakes up with the supercharger, man. It's a whole different character. But we need money for that, dude. So let's make some money before we can add mods to this car. We'll do this event right here. We'll drive down there. Oh man, I love how you can just pop a U-turn like this in the Mustang. Dude, that's my favorite thing, dude. The way you can just spin these cars around anywhere. Because they're so light in the back, all the weight's in the front. That's why most people crash them too, because, you know, if you're not experienced with a rear-wheel drive that's, you know, decent power and less weight, you might crash. So that's the disadvantage, but the advantage is these cars are light. They like to dance. I can tell it's limited slip in this car. It's not an open diff. Both wheels spin and it has good traction on the corners. Even though the tires are pretty skinny for the power it has. We'll fix all that once we have some money. Oh dude, seeing the Cobra right on the steering wheel looks so good. Yeah, I am not putting a automatic transmission in here, even though it's gonna shift so much faster. But this car's gonna lose its character, so we're sticking with the 6-speed. We'll put a nice clutch in here. But we're not changing it to fully automatic. Third gear is the best gear for this car, I think. For like all around driving. Third and fourth, right? Fourth has good torque. Fourth might be 1-to-1 ratio in this car. Because it's a 6-speed. I know in 5 speeds it's a third gear, I believe. I could be wrong. Wow, this car pulls, bro. We're doing 150 at the end of 4th gear? No way. Yo, the McLaren stock, the McLaren GT stock did 200 at the end of 6th gear. This car's doing 150 at the end of 4th. And this is a Mustang, bro, from the year 2000. It's bone stock. So, as you can see, man, back in the day, if you had this car, you were probably... yeah, you already know. Oh, imagine, man. That'd be nice. Even nowadays, if you have this car, you're still a cool person. Because these are so rare now. I think it would be cooler nowadays. Times have changed, right? And I bet it would cost more now to get this car. Because it's a collector item. So we're going to do a top speed run without the wing. I'm pretty sure this car would be a little slower with the wing. Maybe a lot slower, who knows? I'm not trying to find that out. We're just going to do a top speed run. With the wing off, everything else is stock. Fifth gear is short. Unlike in the 5-speed transmission where the fifth gear is really tall. We're doing 170 on an uphill. 170 on an uphill, man. On a downhill, we're doing 183, 4, 5, 185. Wow. Stock engine, man. Still pulls a little in 6th gear. It like doesn't really die out. It's still pulling a little. Not as much, but still going. Maybe we can do 190 on a downhill. This is really cool. Cruising at 187 miles at like 5400 RPM in a bone stock 2000 Mustang Cobra R. No big deal. Handles pretty good even at 180 miles. Alright, I'm already a fan. Wait, are those Brembos? Yep, we got Brembos on this car. I believe this might not have the IRS. I'm not too sure. Maybe it does since it's a Cobra, the independent rear suspension. That's something I would need to do some research on, but I know the other Cobras, like the 2001, 2, and 3, 4. Maybe it was only the 3 and 4 that had the IRS. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think it was only the 2003 and 4 that had the IRS. Because lots of people did IRS swaps to their like regular Mustangs to make the suspension better. But drag racing guys don't like that. They just like the solid rear axle. Good traction. We just did a soft launch. It just went pretty good. We'll do one more top speed run before putting the supercharger. Actually, no. We have to make money first. I keep forgetting. We're gonna drive down to this event and make some money. Yep. After this top speed run. Rev it out all the way, 72. 187 on a slight uphill. Wow. The torque is good, man. 385 horse, 385 torque, but the torque is solid. Wow, on the downhill, we're doing 195, 196. Just shifted into 6th gear. So 196, I think, was the top speed on a downhill. 6th gear is gonna kill our speed because, of course, the car is stock, right? Alright, I'm gonna do a little shortcut. And here it is. Oh. Okay, let's do this. Okay, here are our options. We can choose the stock Supra that I have, the new stock Supra. I do have 2 of these. One is modified slightly. And I have this modified MX-5. Lotus? I don't know. It looks stock to me. It could be modified. I'm really familiar with this car. I like how this drives. This is basically the Supra, but the original form. In terms of drivetrain. So I'll choose this, I guess. Yeah, I'll choose this. Even though this might handle better. But this has so much more power, and I just like this car more. I know the other Lotus was a lot lighter, but I'll go with this car because I'm just more familiar. Have some drive time in the seat, you know. I won't have to learn a new platform. Oh, I took his wing off. And we took their tail lights off. We're doing weight reduction mods for everybody. We have so much more mid-range torque. Crazy. This B58 engine is crazy, bro. I love it. Such a good option. Man, it really sounds good for a 6-cylinder. Wow, this is a good sounding 6-cylinder. Very racing inspired. Almost messed that word up. Racing inspired. Throttle response is so good. Even for being turbocharged, like, there's barely any lag, man. Second gear is kind of short, I guess. Third and fourth are really good. Fourth is like super crazy. Really takes off in fourth. Geared pretty short in fourth. Second and fourth almost feel the same. Third is like a little longer. Which is good, you know, not bad. You can still carry the momentum. Very unique gauges in this car. They're digital. And they're actually not that bad. They look pretty good. First place run. People haven't finished either this time. What? They're doing the same thing as last time? Bro, I remember everybody got a DNF last time. I hope that's not the case this time. One person got a DNF, so not as bad as last time, so it's okay. We got the first place. We're gonna make our money, leave, and modify the Cobra before we end this session today. Again, we're not gonna modify all the way, just, you know, tasteful mods. There it is. Doesn't weigh that much. I mean, it doesn't weigh that much. The weight of the car is not that much. It's alright, 3,500 pounds. Okay, let's start off with our previous setup that we were about to do, but we were short on some cash. Of course, we're not doing any of that. Not changing this 4-valve for any other engine. We're gonna keep this car original. Supercharger, yes. Bigger supercharger, yes. Intake for the big supercharger, yep. Exhaust, we were gonna do the middle one. Sounded more like a authentic Cobra. This gets too loud and doesn't even, almost doesn't sound like a Cobra. It's kind of hard to tell, so we're gonna go with the sport exhaust. Oh, sorry, this is stock. The sound didn't change. We actually changed it here, but sometimes the game gets glitchy like that. So you have to wait for the sound to end before you change over, or it gets glitched out. There we go. Real sound. Sport exhaust. That's what we wanted. So what else were we gonna do last time? This is it, right? Yeah, we just had a wing that we already took off last time. So sport, exhaust, race intake, supercharger, and the bigger supercharger. So just 3 things, yeah. The supercharger and bigger supercharger are pretty much the same thing. No, we put one on there and then replace it for a bigger one, so it just counts as one. That's why one is free. Okay, I mean, is that gonna be your first stage setup? Cams would take it a little too far. So far, everything we have done is just bolt-ons. This is not bolt-ons. You gotta take some stuff apart. You gotta take the head of the engine apart to add these cams in there, but they do give you some good gains. A lighter flywheel would be nice. It would rev a little quicker. So horsepower wise, where are we at? 503, 502. That's really good. Same amount of torque as the power, and the graph is so good. Like the torque is just flat. It's just all across the board, man. And this car likes to rev, so that's really good. So let's just see how quickly it revs with the lighter flywheel. It looks like it revs quite a bit quicker with the lighter flywheel. Look at that. And now the stock. There's a little difference. I mean, it's all rotational mass, so why not, right? Lighter flywheel, better intercooler. I mean, why don't we do that? It's extra 33 horse. It only costs 2200, and we have 16k this time. So we can definitely do this. Can I get a clutch in here without exceeding our budget? That's all I'm looking for, a clutch. Perfect. We have enough. 15.4 and we have 16.2. So just enough for all our mods, and then I'm just gonna keep this car like this for a while. I think this is a good setup. Stock weight, stock suspension, stock tires, stock transmission. Oh, do you see that little wheel spin? Oh, look at that. We're right at 500 horse, 500 torque. Actually 530 because we got the intercooler, so 530, 530. Perfect, man. This is such a great setup. Let's get out of this noisy place so we can hear the car. It breaks traction in second gear now. It didn't do that before. Oh, dude. Sounds like a real Cobra, but even better. Because the engine size is bigger. Okay. Before, you know what I was saying? That it had really good gear ratio. But now I can feel like with this extra power, we can adjust the gear ratio a little. But I didn't mess with the transmission. We could just mess with the gear ratios without getting the automatic. So I'll do that after. But let's just see how it does. Nice. I don't think we need to adjust the gear ratios. They're still good. Still good. Before we did 187 and like 195 on like a downhill. Now we did 192, 193 on an uphill. And downhill, let's see. We can actually go in 6th gear now because we have the extra power. Before 6th gear wasn't giving us any extra speed, but now we have the power. That's a lot, man. 213. We gained more top speed, more acceleration. Car feels a lot faster. Feels like a real Cobra now, even though it was a real Cobra to begin with. With supercharger, it's just like a, you know, cherry on top, basically. You can tell the suspension is stock. The bumps really upset the traction. The exhaust sounds like I was gonna say Supra, my bad. The exhaust sounds like a Cobra. The intake induction sounds like a Cobra. It's a real deal now. Nice launch, dude. What a launch. We're in stock tires, stock compound. This car still hooks with extra power. The chassis is not that bad, man. The chassis can handle 500, 600 horse easily. It's only when you go like, you know, 1,000, 800, when it starts to get a little crazy. I feel like 5 to 600 would be like a pretty good number for this car. 500 would be good. 600 might get a little sketchy because it's a light car, right? Maybe you can handle it, who knows? It all depends on the tires, the compound, the width, what you're trying to do with the car, the aero, the air ratios, how you drive it. So many factors. Alright, we took it off the highway so we can enjoy on the back roads. Before I end the session, I'll play for maybe another 10-15 minutes. Then I'm gonna go sleep. We are left with $800. Okay, just I wanted to check here. Gear shifts and the low RPM sound just so amazing, so original, man. That's exactly how a 4-valve supercharged engine sounds like, you know, exactly like this. Oh no. Again, this is not a drift car or a drift setup. This is a bone stock suspension with bone stock tires. We're just seeing how this car does with extra 100 horse almost. A little bit more than extra. 100, I would say like 120, 130 extra with that supercharger. In the next session, we are definitely gonna work on making some more money, and we're gonna put some nice suspension on this car, nice wheels. Yeah, make it a little tighter, better handling. And yeah, we'll work on it a little bit and we'll do some races with it definitely. So that's the plan for the next session. Alright, now I'm going to show you the difference between this and a real drift Mustang. Before we, you know, end the session off. Here we got two different Mustangs that have been converted into drift cars. One is 600 horse. And one is 800. One's 3,100 pounds. The other one is 27. We'll go with the little faster one for now. So yeah, that was just a stock Mustang with just a, you know, well, it wasn't stock. We put a supercharger on there. And as you can see, this is on a whole different level, which is actually a drift car, you know. unlike the one we were trying out earlier, which was a nice cruiser, but not a drift car. So we'll drift with this for like next 5 minutes before I go to sleep. Wait, why is it not drifting? Did I change the setup on this car? I think I might have. No. It's been a while. I was gonna push it a little. After driving a slower car, I almost forgot how to drive a fast car. There we go. There we go. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna switch to the slower drift setup Mustang, the Fox body. Maybe that's better in slow speed drifting because it has a shorter wheelbase. This is a high speed drifting car for sure. This is more like it. We need tighter corners with this car. Wow, it's a little handful. That's what I would say. Little handful, bro. This car is like the happy medium for drifting. Not that much horsepower, like decent. The wheelbase is also nice. It's on the long side, but not too long. And the power is right. It's just perfect. It slides really well. Actually, the wheelbase on this car is pretty long, but it has decent power and good gearing. Once you throw good drift tires, drift suspension, and drift differential on it, it becomes a good drift car. And it can still go straight at the same time too, if you want it to go straight, but you can slide around at the same time. It's actually a lot easier than the Mustang for some reason. Alright everybody, that was a fun session. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, so I can just keep on bringing these videos for you. And with that being said, I'm gonna go sleep. I'm a little tired. Time to sleep, and yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.